Happy Sunday. Glad you guys are here with me online. Welcome to Kids Church Online, One Church TO, Kids Church Online. Happy that you guys are here. Let's see who's in the chat room. We got Olivia and Nyla here. Good morning, guys. Manasseh and Ethan are here. Naomi's here. Trevor's here. Who else? Hannah and Sarah here. Chris and Maya are here. Awesome. Well, I've got a lot of stuff planned for us and a lot of fun activities. So we're going to want to get right into it. We're going to want to jump in. But first, before we do, does anybody remember what we're learning about this month? What is it exactly that we're learning about this month? Can anyone tell me in the chat? I'm blurry. Hello? Hello? Well, yes, we're learning about friendship. Awesome. Creativity, almost friendship. Let's go over here. Friendship is using your words and actions to show others that you care. That is what we're learning about. And yeah, guys, I don't know why I'm so blurry. It's really, really bad. It looks like I'm underwater, doesn't it? Well, anyways, we are learning about friendship, and that is using our words and actions to show other people that we care. And we've been talking a lot about this and talking a lot about how we can show people that we care, show people that we love them, and most importantly, when we're at school, be helpful. I'm going to turn off the camera for now, and just so you guys can hear my voice, because it's a little bit distracting, but it's okay. I'm still here. You can hear my voice, so it's great. Finley and Cormac are here. Kaylin's here. Ruben and Levin are here. Rachel's here. Hey, guys. Awesome. So does anyone remember our memory verse? Does anyone remember that? We learned a lot about it. There. Oh, that's better, isn't it? That's great. Round of applause for Pastor O'Shea. He's in the background helping me figure it out. Does anyone remember our memory verse though? It was, we learned some actions on it last week, and I'm wondering if we know what it is this week. Can anyone tell me what it is? Did anyone remember? I'm going to pull it up here. I forget. That's okay. Okay, let's look at it together then. Oh. Got it right here. Perfect. And I'll come on the bottom of the screen here. This is it. A friend loves at all times. They're there to help when trouble comes. Proverbs 17:17. And we learned some actions to go with this memory verse last week. So let's look at those actions together. This is how it goes. A friend loves at all times. Do you remember that? A friend loves at all times. Let's do that together. You guys do it together at home, okay? So a friend loves at all times. Good work. And then they're there to help. So we put our hand and like a thumbs up like this. They're there to help when trouble. We take our hands like this and we fold them in when trouble comes. Then we go Proverbs 17:17 and nerve. That's it. We did it. Oh, Hannah and Sarah remembered. A friend loves at all times. They're there to help when trouble comes. Verse 17:17. Excellent. Isaiah said, good morning. We can hear you. You can hear me or you can't hear me? I think you guys can hear me. Okay, let's try it one more time, okay? A friend loves at all times. They're there to help when trouble comes. Proverbs 17:17, nerve. Oh, yeah. Let's do it really fast. Well, a medium fast, and then we'll go really, really fast. Okay, ready? A friend loves at all times. They're there to help when trouble comes. Should we go faster? Faster? Okay, ready? Ready? All right, here we go. A friend loves at all times. They're there to help when trouble comes. I messed up. Okay. Maybe we'll slow it down a little bit so we can practice the actions and make sure that we're really, really memorizing it, okay? A friend loves at all times. They're there to help when trouble comes. Proverbs 17:17, nerve. Good. Don't worry about messing up. We're all learning. So we're all still practicing. So this is what we're learning. And you know what? These actions are super easy. We can all learn these actions and we can all learn this verse because this is a pretty simple verse. And it really helps us remember what true friendship is supposed to look like and what that looks like when we are followers of Jesus and when we follow Jesus and we're friends the way Jesus wants us to be friends, right? Right. Okay, so we're gonna jump into the video and then at the end, we're gonna play a game. Do you guys wanna see the prizes for today? Okay, so Emmy won the prize last week and she won a gumball machine. And today we've got 2 other prizes that you can win. And they're not the gumball machine, but they're different. Okay, here's the first prize that you could potentially win. This Ninjago World of Ninjago official guide, and it's got some limited edition pieces that you might want to add into your collection if you are a Ninjago fan. Ninjago. Oh, the camera's blurry again. It's my fault. And oh no, it's good. It's good. And magic sand, a bag of magic sand for yourself. It says beach sand. Feel the beach at home. So you guys could win one of these. You guys could win either this book. You can win this book if you'd like to. You can choose this book, or you can choose the sand. And we will, if you're picking up your spiritual life tracks this weekend or sometime this week, we'll put this aside for you, or we can mail it to you. So it's totally up to you. So when the Bible story is over today, we're going to play a game. Okay, so let's focus in. And I will see you guys in a bit. Okay? All right. Let me see. Oh, of course, this isn't going to work as smoothly as I would hope. But that's okay. Because when things don't work out, wow, I'm so blurry. It's like I'm underwater. Don't even worry, guys. We're going to play the story, and the story won't be blurry. Okay? Here we go.
5 minutes on the other side, and I will have the perfect imaginary burger. Hey there, Haley here. I am practicing for a cookout I'm having next week, and I'm not actually cooking anything right now. I'm inside. That would be a cook-in. So I've never really cooked for any of my friends before, so I just wanted to be prepared because I want them to still be my friends after the cookout's over. Just kidding. That's not how friendship works. Friendship is using your words and actions to show others you care. I don't think friends should stop being friends for little things like food tasting bad. It's delicious. And I think you can even stay friends with someone if they, say, accidentally burn you with a hot potato. Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, Friendship can last through most anything. Unless a friend makes fun of my hat, then it's over. Oh, time to flip an imaginary burger. Woo! Today's story is about a time when one of Jesus's friends did something really bad. Jesus could have flipped out. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. I'll see you soon. Oh, let's see. Can't turn the camera off with the mitts. Sorry.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of John, chapter 21, verses 1 through 19.
Peter hauled in the knotted net yet again as the first light of dawn gleamed in the eastern sky.
Empty. Not a single fish all night.
Thomas shook his head.
I doubt we'll catch a thing before it's time to boat in.
John studied Peter thoughtfully.
Peter, you didn't really want to catch fish anyway, did you? You just wanted to get out in the boat and do something normal.
Peter shrugged, but he knew John was right. Over the past few weeks and months, everything in his life had turned upside down. First, Peter had shown the courage to speak the truth about his friend Jesus.
You are the Christ. You are the Son of the living God.
Many people wanted to make Jesus king, even though the religious leaders hated him. The day before Jesus was killed, Peter had promised Jesus that he would follow him anywhere, and even give up his life for Jesus. But that very evening, Jesus was arrested. Peter was so scared he told 3 different people he wasn't Jesus' friend.
I don't know that man.
Peter felt sick about what he'd done, especially when Jesus was nailed to the cross and died. But then he returned to life. He appeared to his friends. It was amazing, incredible. Everyone was excited beyond belief. Except Peter must have wondered.
Is Jesus mad at me? Am I still his friend? Does he still love me?
Now Peter found himself in the boat, trying to figure it all out. His fingers tightened on the wet rope as he prepared to cast the net one more time. As he glanced over on the shoreline, he saw a figure standing there.
Friends, don't you have any fish?
Nope, not one.
Throw your net on the right side of the boat. There you will find some fish.
The 7 disciples in the boat exchanged glances as Thomas laughed.
I seriously doubt it.
You guys have anything better to do? Let's give it a try.
Together, the men heaved the heavy wet net back into the sea on the other side.
Hey, I think we've got something.
Bring it on in. There's 1 fish.
2 fish,
A red fish. Ugh.
a blue fish, and another one, and another 10. Whoa! Need some help here.
The net was so full of fish, they couldn't haul it into the boat. They began towing it to shore. John gaped at the man still standing on the beach.
It's the Lord.
Excitement raced through Peter's veins. He was about to see Jesus again. But just as quickly, guilt gnawed at his stomach. Facing Jesus meant he had to face how he denied knowing Jesus.
But it's Jesus. I've got to see him no matter what.
Grabbing his coat, Peter jumped out of the boat and into the water. He half ran and half waded to the beach when he discovered that Jesus started a small bonfire. Fish and bread were already toasting over the flames.
He's got sun and he's making breakfast for us.
Jesus smiled at Peter.
Bring some of the fish you have just caught.
Yes, Lord.
Peter ran back to the lapping water to help his friends haul their fish to shore.
153.
You counted?
Don't doubt it.
Jesus gestured to the disciples to join him around the fire.
Come and have breakfast.
As the disciples gathered, Jesus offered them bread to eat. John whispered to Peter.
This is what he did when we last ate together at the Passover meal.
When breakfast finished, the disciples rose to take care of their fish. Peter found himself walking beside Jesus. There were so many things he wanted to say, but he couldn't find the words.
Simon Peter, do you really love me more than these others do?
Peter swallowed hard. Surely Jesus knew what he felt.
Yes, Lord, you know that I love you.
Feed my lambs.
Peter remembered how Jesus would compare people to sheep in his stories.
Peter, do you really love me?
Lord, you know that I love you.
Take care of my sheep.
Sheep? People. Peter waited in his mind. Jesus must be telling Peter to take care of the people who had followed him.
Peter, do you love me?
Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you.
Feed my sheep.
Just as Peter denied knowing Jesus 3 times, he now confirmed 3 times that he loved Jesus. What's more, Jesus wanted Peter to go out and share that love with others.
He's forgiven me, even after what I did.
Peter, things are going to get even more difficult for you. You are going to be led places you do not want to go.
Peter slowly nodded his head. He was willing to do anything Jesus asked of him.
Follow me.
Yes, Lord, I will.
Because Jesus had forgiven him, Peter was now free to share the love of God with those around him, without carrying around a heavy load of guilt.
Okay, so picture this. You have a best friend. You do everything together. You eat together. You play games together. You tell each other everything. And then when your life gets really hard and you need your friend there the most, your friend pretends she doesn't even know you. That's not cool, friend.
Wouldn't that make you so mad? It would make me want to say goodbye to that friend forever. But Jesus didn't do that when Peter pretended not to know him. Instead, even though he must have felt so hurt inside, Jesus forgave Peter. Now, I know what you may be thinking. It was pretty cool for Jesus to forgive Peter like that. It was. But guess what? Jesus forgives you and me like that too. Anytime we mess up, we break a rule, or we do something we know is wrong, Jesus forgives us. That's because he loves us so much, and because our relationship is more important to him than our mess ups. That's why the one thing to remember today is this. Friends, forgive one another. Jesus forgives us, so we should forgive others. Our friendships should be more important than our mess ups. I'm not saying it's easy to forgive. It's not. You're going to need God's help, but get this. When you choose to forgive, it can help you feel better inside. It can help your friend feel better inside, and it'll make your cookouts way more enjoyable. Speaking of, this imaginary corn is almost done roasting. Oh, look at that. Oh, what? Oh, this is gonna taste so good when they're real. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, again with the mitts.
Don't be.
Yo, there I am. Hey everyone, it's Leader Nick. What do you guys call me again? Is it Nicole or Ning? Whichever one. It's Leader Nicole, guys. And Leader Stephanie had to jump off for a bit, so I'm gonna join you for the rest of this time. Yo, I haven't seen you guys in a minute, but actually I have a video recorded from the last time I was with you guys, because the last time we were together here at One Church was when we talked about forgiveness. And so it's really cool how the conversation I'm jumping into is about forgiveness. But before we talk about that video and friends forgiving one another, let's play a quick game. So this game is a scavenger hunt, and you are about to see a list pop up into the chat room. Leader Abigail is going to put in this list, and the first the first person to bring all the items, take a picture, and email it to Leader Abigail will win a prize. So, hi guys. Hey, hi. I don't know your names based off of your usernames, because I think some of them are like your parents and stuff. Yeah. All right, here we go. On your marks. I get set. Go! My birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday! James. Is it James? Like James? Or is James your dad's name and you're using his YouTube account? It's the real James. Hi, James. Happy birthday. Belated birthday. Sweet. So you need to get a book, a fork, a pillow, a fruit, a TV remote. Gather all those items right now. And when you have it, take a picture and then email it to abigail@onechurch.to. You finished your animation? Cool. Are you into like digital drawings and stuff like that? That's awesome. Cool. Cool. Oh, you don't have a TV remote? Okay, what is a substitute? Any remote will do. 6. Sweet. Cool. Cool. All right. Wow.
This is the Moors.
Yo, there are 6 arms in that family. No. Solomon, Tamara, Amalekite. That's 6. Oh, I mean, but I don't think Nah, they wouldn't play. Were parents allowed to play? Nah, I didn't make any rules, but that's okay. All right, so Moors, congratulations. You guys will get a
You have to choose.
choose. You guys get to choose between kinetic sand or Ninjago. No, I don't know what that is, but it looks pretty sick. You guys see that? Oh, you have to like. Oh, sorry, Victory. Sorry, Dylan. So let's talk a little bit about forgiving our friends. Whew. Whew. Has there been a time where you guys had to forgive a friend? Put it in the chat room if you ninja. That's how I say it. Ninjago. Ninjago is how you say it. Oh, my bad, Ninjago. But in the chat room, let me know. Have you been in a situation where you had to forgive a friend? Let me know. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to share a time where I feel like we always have to be in constant forgiveness because people wrong us left, right, and center. And sometimes they don't even know it. And the last time we were together, maybe in February or March, we talked about forgiveness. And I remember, if you remember, I had everyone just like be really still, really quiet. And everyone had to like think in their minds if there's someone that hurt your feelings or they hurt you and they wronged you and how they haven't apologized yet, but we took a moment to forgive them anyways. So how about you guys do that right now? Think of someone who has wronged you. Who's Robert Davis? What's that? Can I have your name? Rebecca? Rachel? Cool. Rachel. Oh my goodness. You had to forgive a friend for killing your pet? Oh, how do you forgive? Honestly, as humans, sometimes it's hard to have the capacity to forgive, but that's why we have strength from God and the model of Jesus, who has forgiven everyone for even the wrongest of things. And so let's like look to Jesus to draw strength from, to forgive that one friend that killed your pet. I'm so sorry. Ooh, you guys ready for the next question? Have you ever had to ask for forgiveness from a friend? Ooh, how did it feel? Did you ever have to go, I'm so sorry, forgive me? Yeah. Sweet. The questions are there in the chat room. Just pop in, share it up. It was a bee at school, now it's gone. And honeybees are important, eh? Like, they make the world go round. At least that's what I've heard. Okay, no, they don't really make the world go round. They like pollinate and help the flowers, and we need flowers. You know, yeah, you feel it. Oh, yeah, you felt nervous? I hear you. Don't you guys ever have that weird feeling where like inside you have to apologize, but then you're like, I don't really want to talk to this person. I don't want to tell them. Well, it's because inside us, we all have this thing called pride that stops us from asking someone for forgiveness. And so maybe that's something that like you and God can talk about and be like, hey, God, I'm struggling to ask for forgiveness from this friend. Help me, give me the strength, God, to forgive or ask for forgiveness because I've wronged them. I hear, oh my goodness, yeah. There's always this fear of like, what is the other person going to say? But it's always worth it just apologizing. And if they don't accept it, that's okay too. Like, still love them anyways. Oh yeah, feeling so scared to say what, to ask for forgiveness. Yeah, so sometimes it's fear and like being scared, but it also could be like, no, but I'm always right. And I don't want to say sorry. So like there's just all these feelings that can come up in us before we try and ask for forgiveness. But here's the next question. How can you show forgiveness to a friend beyond just accepting their apology? So without just say like, yeah, you can say I forgive you, but how can you accept their apology beyond just saying I forgive you. Let's see what you guys come up with. How can you show forgiveness to a friend beyond just accepting their apology? There's been a time, oh my goodness. Okay, quick story. There's been times where I've had friends wrong me and it like irks my soul. Like I'm so angry and like I just really don't want to talk to them. I don't want to see them. But obviously, by the grace of Jesus, I've learned to forgive them. But then it's hard because you still have that feeling inside you of being mad at them for doing something. But over time, as you kind of just give that feeling to God, it slowly just kind of goes away. And then you'll learn to like show them by the way you interact. So I don't know about you guys, but have you or your siblings ever like you guys got into a fight and then you're like looking at each other and then you're like, okay, whatever. But then over time, like you kind of just naturally forgive them because you love them. But then you show them that you love them by maybe like playing a game with them or like helping them out when they need to like reach something off the top shelf. So there are so many ways. You give them a hug. That's awesome. Yes, I've watched Inside Out. So good. All those like people in your brain. If the apology is true, I forgive them. That's awesome. And just to take it a step further, we can always say we can forgive them, but we also would want to forgive them in our hearts and then show them by like, yeah, hugging them or helping them out with stuff. That's so good. You too. Love that. All right, here we go. Is this one last one? Okay. Last question. Get those fingers ready, y'all. What do you do when you forgive a friend, but they keep hurting you in the same way? I need to call Pastor O'Shea into this one.
You want to answer that?
Honestly, yo, that's a hard question. Put it into the chat room if you forgave your friend once, but they did it again. Or you forgave your brother or sister once, and then they did it again. Oh my goodness, y'all. There is a Proverbs verse that says something about a dog, and a dog vomits, walks away from his vomit, and then eats his vomit up again. That's disgusting, but that's one of the Bible verses of the day. Look it up. It's somewhere in Proverbs. Talks about a dog who throws up and then walks away and then eats it again. Yeah, those are the type of friends that are hard to forgive because you're like, you just threw it up and you walked away, but you ate it up. As in, you just keep repeating these bad things. Oh, it's hard to forgive someone like that. Let's see what y'all are saying. Happens to you. Colin says, yeah. Victory said she'd forgive them 77 times. That's so good. Ignore them. That's a different approach. Happened to you in kindergarten. You would avoid your friend if they kept doing that. It happened to you. Yeah, they're toxic. Oh my goodness. So there's a lot of different types of answers coming in. But if I were to draw from some that I think Jesus would want us to do, Victor, you nailed it. Forgive them like 77 times doesn't mean, oh, I'm counting how many times I'm forgiving you. It's no, just keep on forgiving them. Keep on giving grace the same way Jesus forgives us. And so if you think about it, you can probably count in your head more than your fingers on your hands how many times you've wronged other people. Oh, I took an extra chip from the bowl when they told me not to, or maybe I said a bad word, and then you just, once you keep adding that up, there's like a major big list that we've all done. But the wonderful thing about Jesus is he forgives you not just 77 times, but forever. Like no matter how many mistakes you make, he is forgiving you and he loved you so much. And that's why there's that thing called amazing grace. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, the whole toxic friend thing, that unfortunately is a situation that God has put us in, but for the better. So maybe you're that friend that's going to continue to forgive them and show them unconditional love the same way that Jesus shows unconditional love to us. So good. Yeah, but if they're too toxic and they're like being really bad and they're really getting into some like bad stuff, honestly, I would just say walk away entirely. Maybe you bring it up with a parent, bring it up with a teacher, and just be like, hey, this is what happened with a friend. I forgive them. I love them from afar, but I don't think now's a good time to continue our friendship because it hurts. Okay. So, anything else, guys? Anything else you want to share about like your friends and forgiveness and team? No. All right. Well, let's take some time to pray. Can I? All right, let's pray, guys. God, it's amazing to see how Jesus forgave Peter. Peter must have felt so bad that he said he didn't know Jesus, but then he must have felt so good when Jesus told him everything was okay. God, would you please help us be friends who forgive like Jesus did? Help us forgive others when they've hurt our feelings, and help us be brave and to say we're sorry too. We love you, and we pray all these things in your name, Jesus. Amen. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure to be with you. I hope to be back again soon. But for now, have yourselves a great rest of your weekend and a great week at school. Bye, guys. Amen.